how does this come together? And this is an interesting story because Phil Donahue has always been a fan of mine, as obviously given the crowd a lot of people. Yeah, what is he fan?
You said I've always been a fan of yours.
Oh, have you? Have you been a fan of mine?
Always. Far back as
I hope he says that. And Ed, you got this on film? You got it. Perfect. I'm going to play this on YouTube. Absolutely. Let's start all over. So our theme this week is 1940, the year before. I, for one, am excited about the prospect of one day interviewing Phil Donahue about his interview with Albert Speer, 1 Degree of Separation. Now, how does that happen? It happens this way. I talk to Ann Cole, who's here. I say, Ann, get pumped up. How do I get a hold of Phil Donahue? Well, the good news, Ann Cole's married to Ron Cole. Ron Cole is an astronomer who's a good friend with Ted Wolfe. Ted Wolfe is, so all this moved very quickly from an early morning conversation. The next day, a phone call. Hi, I'm Phil Donahue. I understand you're looking for me. He's a fan, that's right, yeah. An opportunity to go interview her in Atlanta. In a shower moment, lightning hit me. I said, you know, Phil Donahue talked extensively about Lillian Gobitis. Let's just call him. And obviously, as a fan, and probably a fan of mine too, he took the phone call. Anyways, he took the phone call, and on 1 week's notice, dropped what he was doing, and came to Atlanta, where we joined and had an incredible opportunity to interview Lillian Gobitis in Atlanta just this past April. I cannot say how thrilled I really am to have in our presence one of the really, really great individuals on many, many fronts, Phil Donahue. Phil?
Wow. Well, wait till I tell the kids. I am very, very surprised, flattered, and proud to be here and to have discovered over these recent years this wonderful agency, center. Greg Peterson has literally brought Robert Jackson to the attention of the American people in a way that should have been done a long time ago. My own interest in Jackson did stem from the case of the Gobitis children and the fact that they would not salute the flag. And this is how I suddenly found myself surrounded by a lot of very nice and very informed people. People who patronize this place, people who support it. And by the way, that's a pretty important thing, supporting it. I live with a woman who leads the effort to pay for the bills at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So I know something about... Marlowe says fundraising is the world's second oldest profession. And she says it's just as tiring. Now, how she knows, I don't. But you can't do good stuff without it. And for all those, and what a magic job Greg has done to excite not only a community, but some very, very important people, not only in the law, but in political, public life as well. To have Ken Heckler here is an achievement. I'm listening to him this morning. I mean, talk about inspiration. I can't find my keys, and he'll tell you how far it is from Calais to Dover. And what's the name of the community just down the road? So I am inspired by people who are here in this room who have dined with Harry Truman. We have people here who knew FDR. And look who's speaking to them. Now, if that's not enough pressure, you put Mark Russell in the audience. I mean, this is a cruel. I am not unfamiliar with, the pressure of retaining the audience's attention, but I'm not sure I'm good enough to hold my own against the people who, in this room tonight, who have witnessed history. And this is how I came to know and to know more about Robert H. Jackson. Now, Robert Jackson is on the court, and it goes back to the Supremes. And here is where I just couldn't get over, first of all, the flourish, the wonderfully precise, the metaphor used by Jackson in his decision. And so I committed it to memory, and I can't think of a more appropriate place to share it with you once more, because I mean, makes you want to cry, makes you proud to be an American. And when you think of those little kids and a nation coming down on them, and in the middle of this, on the second decision, Robert Jackson, speaking for the majority, offered us this wonderful, wonderful passage. If there is any fixed star in our constitutional constellation, it is that no official, high or petty, can prescribe what shall be orthodox in religion, nationalism, politics, or any other matter of opinion, nor may he force to confess by word or act a belief therein. And the way to correct waste, big government, duplication, and all the things we know about is through the law. And that's what Jackson championed so well. And holy cow, he walked these hallways. So I found myself in the professional environment of the man who I had come to know off of the Jehovah's Witness story. And when I realized that he did this, and even William O. Douglas and Felix Frankfurter were on the wrong side on the first, I'm even more impressed with what he did. He didn't have to. Harlan Stone, twice, the only Supreme to get it right, twice. So let's celebrate this for our kids. Let's make sure they know about it. Let's support Greg, and he knows I'm a big fan of his. And that's why it should be celebrated. You're putting flesh on these historical moments. And you're doing it from Jamestown. And I'm saying Jamestown, and then I think, well, hell, Major League Baseball's in Cooperstown. So, I mean, you don't have to have I-95 running through the place. And this is very much alive. This place has got a spirit. I love coming here, and I promise you I'll be back, and I hope I get a hand because I wasn't forever, and I'm a talk show host. Thank you very much.
Wow. My new best friend, Phil Donahue. And we will certainly take advantage of him and invite him back soon. And we hope to invite, and we want to invite all of you back soon. This has been a magic night here at the Jackson Society dinner, and it's because all of you, it really is possible. And to be able to put flesh on the legacy of Robert Jackson, to be able to listen.